Yeah, Vortex here, back with a pretty simple comparison, I guess, between the OG or the original Tin T2s, which still look really nice to this day, and the fairly new Tin T2 Plus. Both MMCX, which is not the best, but yes, get into it. I prefer 2-pin because it's just way more reliable. Let's talk about the cables with them. Obviously, I've done reviews from both. The Tin T2 Plus, in my opinion, has a way better cable. Obviously, you can see what it looks like in my review, which I'll post up there, and I'll probably post in the description as well, so you can take a look. The Tin T2, it's kind of more basic cable. It doesn't have any memory wire, which is quite useful because you can wear them cable up or cable down. But yeah, let's get to comfort. Tin T2 Plus for me is the best just because of its shape, and the cable's really good. How it goes around your ear, like that. It's a proper shape. The comfort for me is the best on the Tin T2 Plus. But these ones are a bit different. Depending on what ear you can use. Obviously, normally you wear blue for left and the red for right. But if you swap them around, you can either wear them cable down, if you want to do that, or cable up. So you just swap the earphone around. Obviously, change the cables around so you get left and right to the right ear, and you wear it cable up. I do like the simple, like I said before at the beginning of the video, I do like the simple design. They did a good job considering that was their first mainstream, earphone. They did a good job. But yeah, for comfort, the Tin T2 Plus wins, in my opinion. Let's just compare them. These are very different. They share the same name. They've got the Tin T2 name. But they are very different in a lot of things, including sound, which I'll get to in a bit, and fitment. I think that's still the better shape for fitment. For me, number one is comfort and fitment. If that's poor, then you might as well. They could sound amazing, but if they're not comfortable, what's the point? So it's comfort first, unfortunately, then sound second, for me anyway. To get to the sound, the Tin T2 in the low end is leaner than the Tin T2 Plus. This is the bassier set, but the sub bass does roll off, which is a bit of a shame. Yet on the low end, this one is leaner, which is good or bad depending on your situation. This is more the fun sounding one. This is more of a V-shaped sound compared to this. Preference, if you like that or not. Obviously with the foams as well, it does take the treble off a little bit, but that's a different topic. But yeah, for the low end, this is the bassier pair. Well, the mid bass part is more. That's a bit leaner. That's good and bad. It's more of a preference thing, really. Mids, well, upper mids preferably, is that stands out more. There's these graphs around of these on the internet, so you can see what it looks like. But this has got really elevated upper mids, which I'm not really keen on, and this is less so. These pair, the Tin T2s, are the leaner sounding, and they are less fatigue sounding, so they are easier to listen to than these. These are more detailed. Same for the treble. These are brighter in the treble than these are. These aren't exactly light in the treble, but these are a brighter pair. I prefer, for an easier to listen to sound, depending on the genre obviously, but these are the ones that are easier to listen to than these, I found. Especially, as you say, there's a big rise at the upper mids, which I'm not really keen of. Obviously you can EQ to your heart's content, but I'm just saying, out of the box experience, they're a bit brighter. And also the bottom of the lower mids, it's a bit scooped out because there's a rise, it's a bit pushed back, the lower mids. But on the whole, the performance of these is pretty good. It does have more detail than those because it's a brighter sound, just depending on your situation. I prefer, like I've said a few times, these are less fatiguing, which for me is what I probably prefer to listen to. But these aren't perfect because I can never really get my comfort right with these, with the cable up or down. But they're still a good pair considering they were the first. They were a good pair. The rival to those is actually the QKZ VK4s. These are still a really good pair for around £10. If you want something really cheap, they're pretty good. They're a pretty good match, really. But yeah, obviously you can get these in the black colour, which is probably a little bit more subtle. But yeah, for £10, going off topic a little bit, but they're the budget kings, and still the budget kings. I want to find something that compete against those, apart from the Sony MH755s, because that's a bit more. It's hard to get a genuine pair of those. Isolation for both of these is kind of average, I'd say. The sound stage to me sounds a bit bigger on those. Yeah, they don't really isolate that well because these actually have two vents. So there's one and there's two. And I think that's it. There's no real winners or losers. The kind of side grades, I'd say. To sum it up, the TIN T2 Plus is the brighter sound, the bassier sound. Those are more balanced. Obviously they aren't perfect, but they are more of a balanced sound. You know, you pick your preference, but they're easy to listen to for periods of time than those are. But obviously those are more fun sounding, is probably the best way to put it. They're both a good pair. You know, those are more expensive. The TIN T2 Plus is more expensive. Just weigh those into your situation. But a good rival to those that I actually prefer is these, going off topic again. The CCA CA16's probably one of the best that they've made. And they've got crazy amount of drivers, you know, 8 aside, 7 balanced armatures and 1 dynamic driver. I actually prefer, out of the box, obviously no EQ, I prefer how those sound over those. Obviously it's completely different because that's 8 drivers compared to 1 doing full range. But they did a good job of those. I want to see if KZ release something similar. And I think that's it. Just a quick comparison. Side grades, probably not technically an upgrade because they both sound quite different. But they both still perform, I think, quite well. And yet they look really black on the camera, but they're actually quite silver. I don't know why they look so dark. In real life, they're a little bit lighter colour than that. I don't know why they look like that. But yeah, that's just my opinion, I think. Obviously, that's what I think. Yeah, just a short video, something a bit different. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you do like what I do, please give me a like, subscribe, which sounds a bit cringy, but I've got to put it out there because I need all the help I can get. And yeah, anything else you want to know, just obviously in the comments as usual. And that's it. Take care and have a nice weekend.